The sun was just beginning to set over Maplewood Park, painting the sky with soft shades of orange and pink. Children laughed near the swings, couples strolled hand in hand, and somewhere under an old oak tree sat a young woman, tired, fragile-looking, but calm. Her name was Emily Carter, a single mother who had faced more storms than most people her age. She sat quietly on a park bench, cradling her baby boy, Noah, in her arms as she gently breastfed him, humming a soft lullaby her father used to sing. But peace doesn't last long when cruelty lurks nearby. A group of teenagers, loud and restless, walked past her. One of them, a tall boy with a baseball cap, stopped and sneered. "Ew, is she seriously doing that here?" he said, loud enough for everyone to hear. The others laughed, pulling out their phones to record. "Cover yourself, lady. This isn't your living room," another girl mocked. Emily froze. Her hands trembled, but she tried to stay calm. She had faced worse. She whispered softly to Noah, trying to ignore them. But the teens didn't stop. They circled her, taunting, laughing, calling her names that burned into her heart. One of them even pretended to choke, mocking her, while another made a disgusted face and said, "That's just gross." Then it happened. The boy in the cap got too close. He leaned forward, pretending to choke himself, and in a moment of twisted cruelty, he grabbed Emily's shoulder and tried to push her away. Her baby started crying in fear. Emily gasped, not just from the sudden contact, but from the memory it triggered. She remembered her father. He was a man of few words, Sergeant Daniel Carter, a decorated military officer and boxing coach who had taught her one lesson again and again. Never let anyone make you feel small, Emily. You're stronger than you think. As the boy's hand touched her, something inside her snapped. Emily stood up slowly, clutching Noah close with one arm. Her eyes, usually soft and kind, now burned with a fierce determination. The bullies laughed again, but this time, their laughter wavered. There was something about her, her stance, her look, that screamed power. "Leave. Now," she said firmly. The boy smirked. "Or what? You'll cry." Emily took a deep breath and whispered, "No. I'll make you regret it." In one swift motion, precise, controlled, just as her father had taught her, she shifted Noah safely to the stroller beside her, turned, and blocked the boy's hand as he reached out again. With a calm but strong move, she twisted his wrist and pushed him back, making him stumble. The others froze. The laughter died instantly. "Don't you ever touch a woman holding her child," she said, her voice shaking with emotion but full of power. "You think strength is about mocking others? Try protecting someone. That's real strength." The boys' friends exchanged nervous glances. "Let's go," one of them muttered. Within seconds, they scattered, leaving the park in silence. Emily's knees felt weak. She sat back down, tears rolling down her cheeks as she held Noah close again. "It's okay, baby," she whispered. "Mommy's here." A few people who had witnessed the scene began clapping quietly. An elderly woman approached and placed a gentle hand on Emily's shoulder. "You did the right thing, dear. Don't ever be ashamed of being a mother." Emily smiled faintly, though her heart was still racing. She had never wanted to fight, but life had forced her to learn how. After Noah's father left, after the nights when she had no food and no one to call, she had promised herself she'd never let anyone take her dignity away. The next day, a video of the incident began circulating online. One of the teens had accidentally recorded part of it before running away. It showed Emily standing her ground, calm and strong, protecting her baby. The caption read, "Single mom stands up to bullies in park, watch what happens next." Millions watched. Thousands commented, calling her brave, strong, and inspiring. Mothers around the world shared her story, saying how they, too, faced shame for simply feeding their children in public. But Emily didn't care about fame. She only cared that one day, when Noah was old enough, he'd see that video and know his mother never backed down, not because she wanted to be a hero, but because she had to be. Weeks later, she sat once again under the same oak tree, Noah asleep in her arms. She looked up at the sky, where a single ray of sunlight broke through the clouds. "I hope you're proud of me, Dad," she whispered. "You taught me well." Her phone buzzed, a message from a local women's shelter she volunteered at. They wanted her to speak about standing up to public shaming. Emily smiled softly, tears glistening in her eyes. Maybe this is why I went through all that, she thought. To help someone else find their strength. That day, Emily realized something profound: strength doesn't always come from fighting battles with fists. Sometimes, it comes from holding your child, facing judgment, and still standing tall. And for the first time in a long while, she felt peace. Because even though she was just one woman in a park, she had reminded the world, and herself, that a mother's love is the most powerful force there is.